Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my WWE Raw review for tonight, Monday, June 1st, 2015, taking place tonight from San Antonio, Texas. We have the aftermath of the Elimination Chamber event, and the short road to Money in the Bank begins, with, of course, only 2 weeks between each pay-per-view for the next couple weeks. This is the last of the 3 pay-per-views in the last 6 weeks. So with all that in mind, I thought going into the payback, the aftermath of the Elimination Chamber, and of course, begin the short but sturdy road to Money in the Bank. Decent one tonight, some okay action. A new match added for Money in the Bank, which I knew was going to be added following the main event last night. Some decent things on one night, okay one night. And San Antonio crowd was decent and all. So let's get down to business with that match that just got added. We shall begin with that announcement with the authority coming out. Everybody in tow. Triple H, Stephanie, Kane, JJ Security, and of course the beltless Seth Rollins. Of course, the belt got taken from Rollins following Dean Ambrose taking it last night after we thought Dean Ambrose won the title last night to the referee overruled the decision. It's kind of a screwy ending, and I knew there was going to be a way to get an all-minute rematch. I knew there'd be a rematch. And the rematch was kind of stemmed by Roman Reigns, who came out egging Rollins into a match against Ambrose, who wasn't at Raw yet. So Rollins, on behalf of Ambrose, because they're kind of buddies again, the Shield relationship still intact, they decided to give Rollins a little challenge. A match at the Money in the Bank. A ladder match. I said in my review last night, I said, if Rollins and Ambrose wrestles again, there should be 2 stipulations. I thought it'd be like Falls Count Anywhere, but having a ladder match is cool too. It not only guarantees the match will be more exciting than the main event last night, but also I love what Rollins said when he accepted the challenge, being goaded into it by Rollins, his former Shield mate Reigns. I love what he said. I'm going to prove to everybody I can do this on my own. I don't need the authority. I don't need J&J. I don't need Kane. The thing Seth Rollins listened to me last night, that if Cena can lose clean, he can win clean. Finally, we may for the first time in months have a main event with no interference. No J&J, no Kane interference to ruin the match. Finally, that's what I wanted last night. That's why I said, if they fight again Money in the Bank, add a stipulation, like a Falls Count Anywhere, or in this case, a ladder match, and add another step. No interference from the authority. And that should also mean no interference from Reigns either. And speaking of Roman Reigns, not only do we have the ladder match for the title now determined, we of course have the Money in the Bank ladder match. And we have 6 competitors named for now. 6 competitors named for now. They said more will be added probably next week. The current competitors are Sheamus, Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Neville, and Roman Reigns. All 6 will compete tonight in matches. And in Roman's case, let's say he had won the Gauntlet, as you see by my subtitle. Roman was kind of being punished for aiding and abiding, as JBL would say, Dean Ambrose to walk out, stealing the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at the end of the pay-per-view last night. So Roman had to fight his way to keep his spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Not once, not twice, but 3 times the fighting that Roman would do. So the first match that Roman had to go through to keep his spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match was against King Barrett. And by the way, in all 3 of these matches that Roman would have to face tonight, if he would lose, the winner of the match would take his spot. So the opening match against King Barrett is a fun match to begin. Well, of course, King Barrett recovering from the Elimination Chamber match for the vacated IC Championship last night. Was a little bit worse for wear, but he recovered pretty well. Roman, who didn't even wrestle last night, besides getting involved after the main event, after being banned from ringside, with a stip added that if he got involved, that Ambrose would have been eliminated. He was ready to wrestle tonight, though. Despite some big efforts from Reigns, some big moves, a couple times some big clothesline moves. He was set up at one point for the Bullhammer many times during the match. But again, Reigns with his super-like powers came in with some big moves, including a Superman punch and, of course, the spear. In the 1-2-3 victory for Roman Reigns. Match number 1 of what I considered winning the Gauntlet. Match number 2 would be later against Mark Henry. Now on to our next match. Well, it wasn't even a match. It was more like a segment. We had the new Intercontinental Champion, Ryback. I've been talking about his momentum going up and down. It's interesting as a champ. I thought he should have beat Rusev for U.S. champ, but he is a title holder nonetheless. He was supposed to defend his title against Miz. Now, in the Elimination Chamber match last night for the IC title, we were supposed to see Rusev in it, and he got injured. Although we saw him tonight, I'll get to his interview in a second. So I was like, maybe someone like Big Show, Mark Henry will come out. Something stupid like that. Well, Mark Henry came back last night. And I kind of knew Big Show's going to be back soon. Well, he came back tonight. He KO'd Miz instead of Ryback. And there's one person to take your title, it's me. So apparently we have a Ryback Big Show feud for the IC Championship coming up. I love Ryback. I like him. He's hard-hitting. He's, you compare him to Goldberg all you want. But he's okay. I like his promo a couple weeks ago when thought he was going to get a big push for the U.S. title. But his first major feud for the U.S. title, it's big. For the IC title, it's Big Show. Retire. New Day said Tim Duncan should retire. Big Show should retire. So there you go. No matches, Big Show interfered. Now on to our next scenario. Kevin Owens came out, and I was about as stunned as everybody and happy as much as all my fellow Cena haters and all my NXT lovers that Kevin Owens, the reigning and current NXT champion, would make his in-ring debut and looked awesome in this match. And on not only that, defeat John Cena. That's impressive to beat the top guy. So his promo was interesting, saying that he should be over the moon over being Cena. But he wasn't because his son was upset because his favorite wrestler got injured. I love Owens' promo. And Cena's promo wasn't that bad even. Then he gets the kids liking John Cena and understanding that his son is a Kennedy like Cena. But it's blind bullshit because they've been influenced by advertising, by the marketing machine, marketing Cena as a superhero with all his catchphrases and all his flashy t-shirts. I beat Superman. I beat Super Cena. And that's what he said, Super Cena. So, yay. And of course, he said, I'm going to prove that Money in the Bank, the rematch is on. And I will prove that my win over Cena was no fluke. I'll beat him again. I hope so. If Cena can beat Owens, I only think that. But if Owens can beat Cena again, that would be awesome. If Cena knows how it feels to lose 2 pay-per-views in a row like he did to Rusev. So then here comes Mr. John Cena, delivering his own promo, saying that you're a jackass, that he won last night. I'll give you credit, Owens. I was going to come in and respect you. But you flap your gums. And I did like seeing his promo. Like, your son's a fan of mine. It's not about jealousy. Should not be about that. Your son likes me because I fight for what I believe in. My catchphrases aren't just catchphrases that was made up by corporate suits. They're mantras I live by. Never give up. Especially that young girl with a sign that says, I'm fighting cancer. That was a good moment. Knowing that Cena's a big ambassador for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So that was kind of a cool moment there. Love or hate Cena, you gotta respect the man. And he is a man calling Owens a less of a man. And then ready for Money in the Bank. Looked like they were going to ball again tonight. But Owens stepped out ahead. And we had no open challenge tonight for the U.S. title. Although Kevin Owens will have his own open challenge for the NXT title on SmackDown. I think Owens will lose the title because I don't think he should be NXT champion. Main roster. I think he's main roster full time now. But it'd be kind of weird to see him lose the NXT title on SmackDown. Not against Finn Balor Joe on NXT. So we'll see how that goes. Now on to our next affair. We have Dolph Ziggler taking on Kofi Kingston. Of course, these two guys to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Lana was there with Dolph, but only at the time. Didn't get too close to the action, especially with both remaining members of the New Day, Big E and Xavier, both at ringside close by. So I think Dolph and Kofi's pretty good. I think Kofi will do well in a lot of matches. He's always done well in Money Bank ladder matches. He's been one of the MVPs in the match. So seeing him back again would be cool. And his new character. Finally found a new character, man. Not just like when New Day first came in, they were just putting on suits. They didn't really change the character. And now they really embrace the heel move. I keep applauding their heel turn. Keep applauding. I wanted to make a heel turn. Would have loved to have seen a full Nation of Domination heel. But the way they're playing the heel now, better than I thought it was going to be. You know, I thought it would be a different way, but the way they're doing the heel is awesome. So despite Kofi's best efforts, of course, his big flying moves, blocking the SOS, Dolph did, even missing Trouble in Paradise a couple times. But of course, he would come in with a big roll-up after decent action. 1-2-3 victory for Dolph Ziggler. Then the beatdown would come down for the members of New Day until Dolph had some help. Primetime players, the final team in the Tag Team Living Champion match, who had a great showing last night. Like, I'm a big fan of Tyson Kidd, as always, we all know, as you guys who watch my videos regularly know. But I'm also a fan of Primetime players, so I was happy to see them not only be in the Elimination Chamber match for the tag titles last night, but also be one of the stars. He eliminated 2 teams, including aforementioned Tyson Kidd. They look good. And like I said, they were one of the final 2 teams against New Day until losing. So now we have an opportunity to give event as we have an impromptu tag team match, 6-man tag, with Primetime players and Dolph Ziggler taking on the 3 members of the New Day. Despite New Day's best effort to make the numbers on their side and isolate the men in their corner, the man in the corner isolating was Darren Young. To the hot tag came into Titus O'Neil. I love these guys, man. I love them back together. And I hope they go for a big one for the title. I smell a match at Money in the Bank for 2 reasons. One, they look good in the match against New Day last night at the Money in the Bank. And 2, and more important reason why I think New Day will probably defend the titles against Primetime players at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Titus and one of the tag team champions, Xavier Woods. At their big kick, pop and a slam, 1-2 victory, decent 6-man tag. Big win for the Primetime players and Dolph Ziggler. So I bet you Primetime will get a shot against New Day for the tag team titles. It should be a fun match. I love Primetime players. I love the vignettes. I'm glad they're getting a push again. Hope WWE don't mess this up this time like they did last time. I've said this before. WWE is bad when it comes to messing up people's momentum. Just ask Rusev. Although I did like Rusev's interview later on. I'm a broken man. He seemed vulnerable during that interview. That he needs time away to fight himself again. After losing 3 times to Cena on 3 straight pay-per-views, he needs his time. This leg injury, bad because of the whole Lana Rusev Ziggler thing starting. But it's a blessing, so Rusev can go away and regain momentum. Kind of like what Ryback did when he came back. Until they ruined his momentum, but now he's IC champion. We'll see how that does. Even if his first major feud will probably be against Big Show. So now on to the second match of Roman Reigns' Gauntlet Night. As he remains to fight for his spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He took on Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, who returned last night, replacing the aforementioned Rusev in the Elimination Chamber match for the IC Championship. I thought he was playing babyface in that, but now he's playing heel again. Damn, Big Show and Mark Henry. They switch roles more than the Oscar switches hosts. Sorry, I couldn't find a good joke there. I was trying to go for a joke, but I couldn't find it at the time. Anyway, I tried. Anyway, Roman Reigns, the weight advantage was definitely not on his side. Mark Henry is the world's strongest man for a reason. It was an okay little match between these 2 guys. Decent match with Mark Henry coming with big moves, big slams. They brought on the outside after Samoan drop from Roman Reigns, took him to the outside. Despite Roman Reigns being waved against the post, Superman punch on the outside took Mark Henry out of it, and Roman Reigns got back in the ring. Count out victory for him. But Authority wasn't happy with a count out victory. So the third match was named for Mr. Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt would be our main event. I was like, once I knew what they were doing, I was like, they're probably going to have Roman Reigns fight every hour. They're going to make him fight 3 times tonight. And that's exactly what they did. I know they're putting through a test, especially after the Rumble. You know, in my mind, I'll give you my thoughts on Money in the Bank later on. So I think they want to give Roman a test and have him fight to get a spot. Like he had to fight to reclaim his WrestleMania spot. He has to fight to remain in Money in the Bank. That's what he would do yet again the third time tonight against Bray Wyatt later on in that main event. On to our next matchup, the Divas title was on the line. Nikki Bella defended it against Paige and Naomi last night in a triple threat match. But Paige wanted a one-on-one opportunity. She wanted Battle Royal for that opportunity until she was taken up by Naomi, causing Naomi to get the one-on-one chance. So now Paige gets her one-on-one chance tonight. Oh, so we thought. Because we didn't see Brie for a second. We saw Nikki come out alone. Later on, we find out why. This was a fun Divas match. Decent one. So then Paige fought pretty well in this matchup. She had like a big suplex from the top, from a big move in the top rope, kind of like a rampage from the top rope. And then for being a Divas match, they didn't give as much time as they did last night, but still a decent little Divas match on the main roster. Despite Paige's best efforts, Nikki got slammed by Paige a little bit, and she rolled out of the ring, which we thought was a smart move. So we found out why she rolled underneath the ring, outside the ring. Twin Magic came back. Brie was underneath the ring. Now, Nikki put her hair in a ponytail. And it was more blonder. And then Brie came out, and Brie wasn't as blonde as Nikki was, although she had like a little blonde extension. So, Twin Magic fooled the referee for some reason. And a 1-2-3 victory for Nikki Bella, thanks to Twin Magic, as Brie fooled the referee. And fooled Paige. Paige didn't see that coming. So apparently, Brie and Nikki are heels again. They've been going back and forth between babyface and heel. Speaking of people who are switching roles faster than a speeding bullet, you thought a Big Show and Mark Henry switching babyface and heel roles so long. Then Bellator is switching between babyface and heel. So there you go. I would love to have seen just regular Brie interference, not the Twin Magic underneath the ring bullshit. But hey, like it or not, Nikki retains the title with a little help from Twin Magic. Once again. But they didn't fool referee because Nikki's hair was different than Brie's. It was dumb magic. Now on to our next affair. The next 2 guys from Money in the Bank to compete against each other. Sheamus against Randy Orton, who's fought many times before and had many chances aimed at him for not being a good match. I remember they fought after Mania back in 2013. And the fans were like chanting big time against them. It was in New Jersey. It was a New Jersey here. So then, it was okay between these 2 guys, especially now that Randy Orton's babyface. We haven't seen him in a couple of weeks. Now he's in the Money in the Bank match. Former winner. Sheamus has never won Money in the Bank, so we'll see how he does in the match. Sheamus tried to go for his big moves. He probably like a big heel. Going for the bro kick a couple times. But then Orton would come back big time strong with, of course, his big moves, the big DDT moves, some big clotheslines, and Hangman's DDT. T-Bone, of course, trying to set up for the RKO. But then Sheamus would try and go for a brogue kick. It looked like a brogue kick, but he lifted his knee. It was like more like a big knee lift. After that, Orton and Sheamus would brawl outside the ring. And Sheamus would take a steel chair and wham Orton with it, causing a disqualification. But Sheamus wasn't done yet. He just beat down Orton with the chair, balled him outside the ring, gave him not 1 but 2 brogue kicks on the outside. So Sheamus playing the heel role pretty well. Speaking of someone that wanted to turn heel, Sheamus playing his heel role pretty well. Even though he looked stupid according to many people, with the mohawk and stuff, the straps and his chin, Hey, he needs to look different than he was. He needs to look heelish. He does look heelish, whether you think it's stupid or not. So there you go. Sheamus, even though he lost by DQ, he looked pretty good after the match, taking down Randy Orton after the match. On to our co-main. It's kind of cool to see Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas, who are both brothers, in the co-main and main event. That's a cool fact. That's a fun fact. So we'll see Bo Dallas in a rematch from last night's Elimination Chamber against Neville, who is in Money in the Bank as well. Sounds like we've seen everybody else from Money in the Bank compete, and I haven't seen Neville yet. Well, we saw him in the co-main. And it was a short but fun match against him and Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas is kind of a bit more aggressive tonight. I'll give him credit for trying to be aggressive tonight. But aggressiveness leads to stubbornness and selfishness, because he didn't, despite his aggressiveness, Bo Dallas didn't really take advantage of his aggressiveness, as Neville came flying back, and I do mean literally flying back with his big moves, leading up to the Red Arrow and the 1-2 big victory for Neville on a roll. I would love to see Neville win Money in the Bank. He's probably one of my picks to win. I'll tell you my picks after my thoughts on that match after the main event. Roman Reigns against Bray Wyatt, and Roman Reigns once again trying to fight to remain in the Money in the Bank ladder match, being put through the gauntlet tonight as punishment for his involvement in the aftermath of the match against Ambrose and Rollins last night. So this was a fun match. Some of my favorite spots was when Bray did the DDT on Woman on the apron. That was a cool spot. Some fun action between Bray was a fun one. I would love to see Bray Wyatt in the Money in the Bank match at all. I thought he'd be in the. Should have been in Elimination Chamber. He should have replaced Rusev. Or even Jack Swagger said him on, can't we? I think I would love to see him in Money in the Bank, whether he wins over Reigns or not. So then the Authority came out. James Security, Kane, and Rollins. They came down to watch from the apron. And then they distracted Reigns a little bit. Despite distracting him and having Bray Wyatt trying to enable the Sister Abigail after the Spider Walk and all that shit. Woman would take out all the Authority members at ringside, especially whipping in the Kane, nailing the big spear on Mr. Wyatt and the 1-2-3 victory for Roman Reigns. Once again, surviving another match in his final match in this so-called gauntlet to remain in the Money in the Bank ladder match. But the beatdown would ensue. As all the members of the Authority was about to feast on Reigns, here comes Dean Ambrose with WWE title belt in hand, jumping on the barricade, over the barricade, onto the announce table. Rollins, wanting his belt back, he latched right at Ambrose. He jumped and he missed. As Rollins dived over the announce table, Ambrose got in the ring with Reigns and took down the Authority with the big moves. Now, I love this spot when Reigns and Ambrose are dominant. Rollins trying to come back in and trying to grab his belt. I love when Ambrose had the belt. He tossed it to Rollins like, here's your belt. Punch. Then here comes Hoodie Deeds to end the night with, once again, Reigns and Ambrose standing tall once again in the possession of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, with a very angry Triple H and 70 coming out and looking on from the Titantron. So there you go with that. When it comes to the main event match of Money in the Bank, I said this last night. They needed to add some stipulations to the match between Rollins and Ambrose if they made that match happen. It's going to be a ladder match, and hopefully Rollins keeps his word and don't let the Authority get involved in the match. Finally, a main event with no interference and no screwy ending. The last 3 pay-per-views, main events have been screwy endings and no interference ruining the match. Hopefully, both those won't happen. Sounds like it. But I think Rollins will finally prove he is a worthy champion. He will win cleanly for once. It proves once and for all he does not need the Authority. And still put on a good match and more exciting match than last night. When it comes to the Money in the Bank ladder match, I am a big Neville fan. I would love to see Neville win. But I think Roman's going to win Money in the Bank. They're making him look good with the test tonight, making him win the Gauntlet tonight. At least they're not booing him. Yeah, I hope they don't boo him if he wins Money in the Bank like they did when he won the Rumble. But think of this as a storyline point. Just imagine the way for Rollins to lose the title is to see Roman Reigns pull a deja vu on Rollins. Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank on Reigns at WrestleMania. So they're pulling revenge to completely make Rollins lose the title, cash it on Rollins like he did to him at WrestleMania. That would be the perfect storyline key. Perfect point for Roman Reigns to win the Money in the Bank so he can cash it in on Rollins like Rollins did to him at Mania, like I said. So that thing may happen. I love Neville. Neville's one of my picks to win, but I believe Roman Reigns will win, and I can believe that for sure. Oh, boy! So we're 2 weeks away from Money in the Bank. Right now we have the Money in the Bank ladder match. More competitors to be named, I hope. Maybe Bray Wyatt gets added. We got Owens and Cena, the rematch. We have the Wildlands and Bulls rematch, ladder match. I predict we're probably going to see Big Show and Ryback for the IC title. The tag team title match between New Day and Primetime Players will probably be added. And maybe another match between Paige and Nikki Bella. Maybe with Brie banned from ringside or something after the interference from Brie tonight to Twin Magic. We'll see if those matches get added next week. Well, they probably will, because it's 1 week before Money in the Bank. So see how that goes. We head towards that. Short distance away once again, but hey, we'll see how that does for that short buzz. And with all that in mind, you've all been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you for watching this Raw review. I hope everyone has a great night. See you later. Yeah.